Lee from Kazza'S Corner. I hope you're really doing well on this beautiful, beautiful sunny day. If you're in Melbourne, it's going to be 37 degrees. Yesterday was 26. Today's 37. I can hear the wind whistling out in the back. What I'd like to talk to you today about is choices. And have you ever felt that your choice was taken away, that you had absolutely no control over the choice and somebody made it on your behalf? I found when this happens, it is really disempowering, and you're kind of like, I can't do anything about that. I'll share what happened to me in 2013, and it was around about, I think, August, and I was in the office of my orthopedic surgeon. And he'd done an operation on my elbow. Now, I'd had terrible trouble sleeping and with the arthritis, and it was keeping me awake at night. So I wasn't sleeping at all. So I went in and we decided to actually have a look and see what we could do with it. And the idea was that we'd fix this and then we'd come down and we'd try and fix these a little bit more again. So I remember going into the office and I'm sitting down in the chair and he puts up the x-rays up on the reflector, and I'm looking at these x-rays and he's talking to me and saying, oh yes, and so this is what we did, and I'm going, Doc, what's my elbow's missing? And he said, well, that's right, yes, we took it out. I said, what do you mean you took it out? Can you imagine how that must have felt? And he said to me, well, yes, it was so damaged, we decided to remove it. And I said, but I thought what you were going to do was like polish it, like take the muck off it and then, you know, and he said, oh no, Karen, we made the decision that it was just so bad that we just took it out. How do you think I felt? It's like, what do you mean you took my bone joint out? Why didn't you wake me up and ask me? You didn't tell me that. So I felt like so awful about that he didn't give me the option to make a choice. Well, in actual fact, I did have a choice. My reaction, I could still choose how to react to that. I can't change what happened. I can't stick it back in there. However, what I could do was let him know that I didn't think that that was something that was satisfactory, because that wasn't an outcome that he gave me when we were discussing the operation. And so before we departed, he said, look, I understand what you're saying, and in hindsight, we should have discussed that with you. So I had a choice to deal with it and action a different outcome for the next person. So while we think we've got no control over some choices in our life, or maybe somebody's taking control over certain things, you still have control. So it's your choice to choose whether or not you do something about that, the fact that they are taking control, the fact that they are making choices on your behalf, the fact that you don't like the choices that they're making on your behalf. Or you can choose to do nothing about it and accept that it's okay for them to make those choices on your behalf. And you can also choose how you react to all of the above. So we still do have choices regardless of the reasons that they are happening to us. So I've got a challenge for everybody this week. Being Monday, what are you going to choose to change on Monday? What is a choice that's being made on your behalf that you don't like, that you would like to change? And how are you going to change that? Are you going to decide that it's okay that somebody's done it for you and you accept the consequences of the choices that they're making on your behalf? Are you going to choose to do something about it and let them know that you don't like the choices that they're making on your behalf? And how are you going to react when they say, well, I'm sorry, I'm going to continue, or we think it's in your best interest, or is there something that you cannot change now it's done and dusted, like my elbow being removed, because I can't grow another one, how are you going to choose to react to that? And going forward, how are you going to utilise that experience? So for me, how I've utilised that now and learned from that experience, before I go into any operation, I ask a lot more questions. Before I go into a contract, I ask a lot more questions. Before I sign my name to anything, I ensure I understand the outcomes and consequences of what they may do while I'm unconscious on in a hospital bed, and that I've actually signed up for that. So that's what I'd like to share with you today. Thought it was just something a little bit, outside the square. People say that they have no choice. You still have choices. There's very, very few things that you cannot change. And when you're a little child, you're down here and your mum and dad are making those choices for you. Well, that's a little bit different. You can't make a change. But, you can help your child make a choice, make it a little bit more easy for them to feel like they're in control. So instead of telling your kids, you must do this, list out a list of different things that they could possibly choose from. So it makes them feel like they've got control still. And things might work out a little bit differently to how they start. Anyway, that's it from me. Enjoy the beautiful Melbourne weather, and I'm going to catch up with you tomorrow for Tuesday's Choice. Cheerio. Oh, and remember to share your smile every day with someone you love or someone new. And if you like this, please remember to share, like, or comment, and we can have a continued conversation later on. Cheerio.